ever been to a really unique restaurant, one that's not really like the rest? I have, and it's called Texas de Brazil. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a review on this Brazilian steakhouse. To start off is with, of course, the food. What's really different about this place is they only really serve one thing, which is meat. They serve pork, beef, lamb, and chicken. When you get there, however, they do give you a few small appetizers. So, slash side dishes, kind of. So, they give you potatoes, like fries, mashed potatoes, garlic, knots, and bread rolls. And they also give you like sweetened bananas or plantains since it is a Brazilian steakhouse. And what's really interesting is that the service there is not like any other place. So the way it is when you first get there, they give you these little coaster looking cards. On one side it says yes, on the other side it says no. So depending on which side you have facing up, the servers will come up to you and offer you food. So if you have the yes side up, they'll acknowledge it and they'll say, oh, okay, would you like to try the filet mignon, for example? Would you like to try the flank steak? And if your card is face down and it says no thank you, like I'm not hungry, they'll acknowledge that and they'll be like, okay, they're not hungry, and they won't bug you or they won't offer you any food. And what's really interesting also about the service is they give you everything on these really long metal rods. Like that's what they carry around all the food on. So they'll just place the meat on these really long rods, and when they come around to ask if you want them, they'll cut off a piece from it, or sometimes it's already small. Like for example, the filet mignon is already these small little pieces, so they'll just slide a piece off onto your plate. And if not, like it's the flank steak is really big, so what they do is they cut it off, and you have these little tongs that they offer you, and you just grab the tong and you place it on your plate. Like you grab the meat and you put it on your plate. Last, the location is not like a private place, I would say. So it's kind of like out in the open because it is located in a mall in Carlsbad. So it's not really a private place where you could just go and eat. Like there's people walking around right there. There's another restaurant right across from it. But the good thing about the location is that in Carlsbad it is not hot. It's really cool there. It's by the beach, of course, so it's not like you're outside and you're sweating because it's hot, nothing like that. It's really cool there. But to move on to the actual review of this place is overall, I would really give the place a 8 out of 10. To start off with the food, that was for sure a 10 out of 10. The meat was really good, and I'm not a person who loves meat at all. Like, I'm really not, but that place was really good, and everything there is cooked medium well, which is kind of in the middle for most people, and it's really good and perfect that way. Um, Everything was seasoned well. It's not like too over seasoning or anything like that. It's like perfect. And next, the service, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's kind of awkward because you don't really have like a waitress who you can kind of like ask if you want more drinks or anything like that. Because the people walking around are like these guys holding all the food, and you can't really ask them, like, oh, like, can I have this or can I have that? Because their only job is to really hand out the meat. So, that I would say is kind of a downside. Like, if you need something, you can't really ask like a waitress. But it was still really cool experience. And lastly, the location, I would give that like a 5 out of 10, to be honest, because I'm not the type of person where I like to go out and eat and like a bunch of people are watching me eat or anything like that. Like I like more of a private setting, and there it is not a private setting at all. So like I said, it isn't a mall. There is another restaurant right across where there's a bunch of people waiting to be seated, or like in the middle of the two, there's a fountain and there's a lot of people sitting around the fountain, and it's right next to the entrance of the mall too. It's not like off to the side or anything. It's right next to the entrance. There's a lot of people coming in and out and kind of like seeing you. So to me, that's kind of awkward because I don't really like that. I like more of a private setting. But overall, like I said, the restaurant definitely a 9, 8 out of 10 at the least, because the food was still really good and everything. But like I said, you guys, it's really a unique restaurant. So if you ever want to try something different, I would definitely still recommend it. really good food.